Okay, let me ask you this, Mad Dog. Is it a major blow for this Niners team if Deebo Samuel can't go?
Well, I know my little pal over there has said that the Lions will win the game if Samuel doesn't play.
Yeah.
That's way too strong. Way over the top.
They're a different team without
Stevie, What, you have a couple of cocktails before you said that one? That is a very
nor did I have any gummies like some people I know.
All right.
Go ahead.
But that's a good line. That's a good line.
Half a gummy, all right?
That's a good line. But
half a gummy here, half a gummy
they
there.
just beat Green Bay without him. What, they can't beat Detroit without him? I understand it's a loss. They need him. I'm not trying to minimize it. But the fact that the Niners, who, by the way, were awful on Saturday, and enough of Kyle Shanahan. That was a horrendous coaching performance. If you want me to highlight it, I will. But they can't. Now, they want him to play. We need him to play. But what, they can't beat the Lions making a road venture in this spot? They can't beat him with Deebo Samuel? I don't buy that at all. It'd be easier. You need them. But the Lions, they're not the 75 Steelers. Okay?
All right, settle down, Doug. Settle down.
The Niners can still win the game.
Can I go or Steven should go? Who should go?
No. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kimberly.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Doggy, I agree with you on the fact that the 49ers can beat the Lions without Deebo. However, please give some respect to the Lions. Let's not act like this isn't a good team, a well-balanced team. The 49ers cannot overlook these Lions and think they're going to the Super Bowl because this is going to be a tough matchup. I just came from Detroit. That place was rocking. This defense in travels. They got studs at wide receiver and at running back. But going back to the Deebo Samuel part of it, Deebo, this is why I think they can beat the Lions without him. Deebo wasn't on the field for that game-winning drive. We talk about moments with quarterbacks. We talk about, okay, you say that the 49ers, Brock Purdy didn't look great to start the game. When it mattered, when the game was on the line, he was 6 of 7. There was a drop, 47 yards. He ran for 10, I believe, in that game-winning drive. Deebo wasn't on the field for that. So there is evidence that they can win without him. However, when Deebo is not on the field, this offense averages 10 points less per game. They don't look the same. Brock ends up, I don't want to say he forces things, but he does make mistakes more often when Deebo's not on the field. So this is a major deal, but it's not a death. They can still win without him. It's not going to be easy.
We're in agreement, you and I.
Stephen A.
14 games with Deebo Samuel, Doggy. 49ers 12-2, 31.4 points per game. Okay, Brock Purdy, 28 TD passes, 6 interceptions. 4 games without him, they're 1-3, 18.7 points per game. Brock Purdy, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. I'm sorry, you can say what you want, but I'm looking at the Detroit Lions, and Kimberly could sit up there swiveling in my chair talking about how, yes, the Lions can't be slept on, but I wouldn't say that the 49ers can't beat them. Well, damn it, somebody's got to say it, so I'm going to say it. I believe that the San Francisco 49ers are a shell of themselves without Deebo. That's what I believe. I believe that they are compromised all around because offensively, as they methodically march downfield, utilizing his greatness combined with that of Christian McCaffrey, elevating the play of Ayuk in the process, capitalizing off of Kittle's presence, of course, and Kyle Shanahan's play calling, I think that ultimately helps the defense. What happens is when you're not doing that, you're giving the ball up a little bit more. You're giving additional opportunities to an opposing offense. Your secondary for the San Francisco 49ers, since Kimberly goes to these games and she covers them astutely, and oh, by the way, knows what the hell she's talking about when it comes to football, so she knows I'm saying the truth when I say that San Francisco's defense gives a little bit more than it used to in that secondary. Then we take into account the Detroit Lions. Jared Goff is better than Brock Purdy. You look at Montgomery and Gibbs, they can run the football. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams and Reynolds and Laporta. You see the weapons these brothers have? You see these Rough Riders? They play smash mouth football, okay? The only time we saw them really get boat raced, as Jeff Saturday would say, is when they went up against Baltimore. Outside of that, no one has done that to them. And I'm telling you, I believe they need Deebo to win this game. If Deebo's in the lineup, I think the San Francisco 49ers are going to the Super Bowl. If Deebo is not in that lineup, and you know it beforehand that he's in street clothes and he can't play, and they don't have to concern themselves with them game planning wise, schematically, The Detroit Lions are going to the Super Bowl.
Wow, it's way over the top.
It's a bit much.
That's way over the
honestly,
top.
but am I surprised? Are we surprised
No.
that Stephen A is going to take it to a level that it doesn't need to go to?
He took
That's
it.
because
took it.
that's because
He took
that is because that the reason is because I'm accustomed to elevation. You see what I'm saying? It's
Listen,
elevation.
all I know is that part of the reason people say things are so easy for Brock Purdy is because they got weapons everywhere. They got weapons everywhere. So I understand Deebo is a huge part of their offense. He makes, besides his physicality, the amount of plays within the run game, the passing game, him catching screens from the outside. Yes, he is a formidable matchup for any defense. But if you're going to say that Brock Purdy has a plethora of weapons and it's so easy for him, then this is going to be a huge game for George Kittle. They've got weapons everywhere. And when you say the 49ers cannot win because Deebo's not there, that just seems, how good are the 49ers then?
Excuse me. Mad Dog Russo, once again, people get caught up in his hyperbole.
Oh.
I never said San Francisco can't win. What I said specifically is if Deebo plays, they win. If the Lions, if he doesn't play, the Lions win.
Well, that's what
Okay.
Hold on. I know you two ain't talking, especially you, Kimberly. I know you're not saying that because I said the Lions would win if Deebo didn't play, that also means San Francisco can't win. We make predictions every show. The fact of the matter is, I'm predicting that the Lions will win the NFC crown if Deebo ain't in the lineup.